What's good, YouTube? I am so excited to be back on my trans journal, okay? And the reason why I'm so excited to be back is because I got a comment, and I want to pin that comment right here, where I finally got a suggestion from one of you guys to pretty much make a video in reference to, I want to turn it a little more darker like this, but yeah, in reference to some experiences that I actually had happen to me in my real life and as a trans woman. I'm glad that you guys are liking this series because this is something that randomly popped up #1 in my mind, and I never was like 100% about it, but I was like, I'm just going to start posting. I was sitting at my computer over there. Y'all know me. I told you I'm always at that damn computer because I'm working, I'm in school. So, I was like, damn, I want to make videos in reference to, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that I go through as a trans woman. And so randomly I just got a name and it just downloaded into my head like Trans Journal. Let me tint this down a little bit, okay? Right there. So I just randomly got a name called Trans Journal in my mind. And so I started to just kind of ramble because I was like, I want to make videos where I'm more authentically myself. Y'all, I'm a little dolled up today because I got some things to do. I got to get online with my therapist and stuff like that, bitch. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I still wanted to kind of get dolled up. I was in the mood today. Okay, so some days, like I said, y'all gonna see me at my worst and y'all gonna see me at my best. And that's just what the fuck it is, okay? So fast forward, y'all. Jesus. Hold on, let's get the light in, okay? So y'all, basically, today's video, because this comment that I have in my comment section, pretty much she suggested that and shout outs to all the trans women that are watching my videos. I didn't even know that y'all were going to be able to see. I didn't know. You know how sometimes you're like posting and you're not expecting certain things to happen? That's pretty much where I was at. I was not expecting for other people from outside of my 281 new followers, and congrats, shout outs to that. I have about 3 subscribers subscribe to me throughout this week, but she commented, I want to hear more story times too about experiences that you've been through. And so it's so crazy because I was going to make a video in reference to a situation that had happened recently, maybe just about a few weeks ago. And I was like, I just didn't know, I never made the video because I was just like, oh, it doesn't fucking matter. So might as well make the video now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I mean. Might as well make the video now because I'm excited and I'm so ready to, explain this story. Now, this story is in reference to a man who wanted to kill me because he knew I was trans.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
What? What you mean? He knew you were trans? No. He knew. It wasn't hidden. I didn't hide it, especially since I've came out. So I'll give y'all a little backstory before I do proceed into the story. I have been transitioning for the past 12 years. And if you don't know me, here's a small introduction. My name is Emo Brat, Taylor, AKA Emo Brat, which means I'm a rapper. I'm a trans rapper. So I'm a bratty rapper with a twist, okay? Bitch, it's a twist to this motherfucker. So basically, I started rapping years ago since I was pretty much a kid. But I also started to do social media, maybe heavy. I've been doing social media for a few years now, but actually heavy back in 2019 when the pandemic was happening. And really promoting my music and stuff like that because I used to have a fear of my voice and thinking people would judge my voice. But shout out, and I'm making this video too, so if she ever sees this, shout out to London Hill, the rapper who signed under Nicki Minaj, because she was actually my inspiration to why I, as a trans woman, and not saying she's a biological woman, not saying she looks trans or anything, she just has a lower tone voice, and that inspired me to actually continue out doing this music. So I am currently, y'all, this is us now getting into the story time. I'm currently on a dating app, right? And it's Facebook dating app. Now, if y'all know about Facebook dating app, it's the worst dating app. Probably all of them are just get rid of all the damn dating apps. But I'm on Facebook dating app, okay? And I really don't use Facebook like that, but I only use it for the marketplace when I want to buy some things, and I use it for the dating app. And so I came out, like I said, you guys, in January of this year, as far as being trans and wanting people to know that I'm actually trans. Now, usually I don't really care to let people know because that's a sense of entitlement that the world has painted, that we have to tell people that we're trans, and I don't believe in that. And I hope any other trans woman watching this stands on that notion too. I don't care if they talk about, oh, but it could be detrimental and it could be deadly and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. What I'm saying is when men and women, biological men and women, straight people go on dates, they don't tell each other, I got HIV, I have cancer. They don't tell people stuff like that on the first date. So I feel like you got to get to know people, you know what I'm saying? And actually build a connection and know if you trust who you're talking to and who you're telling. Because everybody is not to tell. Just because you want to have a little quick moment as a young trans girl or an older trans girl and have some fun, it's not always safe to tell people you're trans. It's not. They make it 100% uncomfortable for us to expose ourselves as trans people. They tell us to tell, and then they make it 100% uncomfortable for us to exist. Crazy, okay? But anyways, so this story is going to lead into me talking about a guy that I met off of Facebook Dating app. Now, when I moved into this apartment, I was kind of bored. You know what I'm saying? A bitch gets bored when you haven't had sex in about 6 months, a bitch, or you haven't had, the little 1-2-1-2 in 6 months, you get bored. So you start getting on social media and you get on apps and you start talking to people who really ain't going to do anything beneficial for you, or those who aren't really going to provide you with any valuable anything. Like they're not going to give you the life that you want, but you kind of just do shit for a short entertainment, okay? A fast dopamine rush. And the rush don't even really be worth it, okay? So fast forward, y'all. Like I said, on my bio on the dating app, I have, and I want to show y'all my bio so you see it, okay? Basically, I already tell people in the bio up front that I'm a sex change trans. Now, I never had that on there before, but when I came out in January, I said, well, man, I'm tired of telling people all my business. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell my business now on here. You know what I'm saying? So I just put it on there, and I put it on my Instagram, and I put it on my TikTok. And even though I didn't like express it fully on TikTok or on Instagram, the trans flag is there, and bitch ass niggas be knowing what that trans flag stand for. But on Facebook, that bio literally says I'm trans with no questions asked. Like it's literally there. It's the words are right there. So dude swipes on me, and basically when I was talking to him, he seemed like as if he was interested in a relationship. And so I said, hey, okay, did you read my bio? And he says, yes, I did. And I said, oh, okay. He was like, and you actually look like a woman should look. So he gave me my 10s, right? Watch this, because this is going to matter in the end of the story. So he gave me my 10s. So he was like, you actually look like a woman. And he was like, yeah, I actually, I'm interested in trans women or whatever the case may be. I'll show y'all the messages if I have them or if I can go find them. But I blocked them, so I probably can't find them. But anyways, he was like, you really do look like a woman. And so he was like acting so normal. And he was like, I'm going out tonight to an event, to a brunch type of thing. He was like, would you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Well, he didn't ask me yet. Let me rephrase my story, because he didn't ask me yet. So basically what happened was we were just conversating back and forth. He told me about the brunch. I told him I'm just doing work. I'm in school doing my work, whatever the case might be. So he didn't actually invite me just yet. And so then he was like, well, when we transferred from writing on Facebook dating app to transferring to text, he then said, hey, I'm going out. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm meeting my husband. This man on his bio, he's 6'7", bitch. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's not the most cutest, because he's not cute. He wasn't that cute. But he gave, like he had something going for himself. And he wasn't like no bum ass nigga. So I was like, yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? And now, while we're texting, it came a moment where he basically had he had said he was going to, he told me last minute again, like I said. He told me, I know I might seem all over the place. I'm going to try to chop this up, but he told me last minute, right? Or I'm going to try to keep it raw because, bitch, it is what it is. He told me last minute, that's just me trying to remember this whole story. So he told me last minute that he wanted to go out on a date. So go out to the brunch together. So I said, okay, no problem. So I had to get ready. I'm not finna pop out looking a hot mess. That's just not happening. I got to do my makeup. I got to wash my ass. I got to do my hair. You know, I got to shave my twat just in case some shit happen and we do, you know what I'm saying? We do something. I'm not looking for anything. But throughout this whole text message, we really never discussed anything sexual at all. Y'all hear what I'm saying? We never discussed anything sexual at all. So only conversation that was close to being brought up about sex was me and him talking about him liking the fact that he likes to be called daddy. And I said I like to be called mommy and sometimes daddy. Okay? Not because I'm trans, but I just think it's sexy. You know, I like kinky shit. That's my thing. I don't eat a nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? Suck a nigga toes. I like certain shit. I like pegging niggas and shit. Even though I got a vagina, I still keep a strap on just for the fun of it because it's fun. It's still fun sometimes. It's just, and it also feels more womanishy having a vagina and still being able to peg a nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like fun. It's both worlds, best of both worlds. So that was the closest conversation that we had of sex. So around the time that I almost got done ready, I texted him, I'm almost finished. And he texts me back, I'm just going to stay here at my people's crib for a little while. We're going to kick it for a little bit pregame. And then I'm going to come to you. I'm going to pregame with you. And then we're going to go out. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, but of course you wait till the last minute that I'm already damn near done. You know what I'm saying? To want to tell me you're going to pregame and kick it and stay at your people crib for a little while. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm just like, I paid it. So I told myself I had probably been getting ready around like 2 o'clock. So I said, it took me about 3-4 hours to get ready. But at about 5 o'clock, I said at 6:30, if he don't be on his way, I'm not going nowhere. Okay. So I probably got done doing my makeup around like 4:30. Okay. And so I was like, at 6:30, I'm not going nowhere. So I let him, hang out with his people. So funny, at 6:30, he texts me, what you doing? Or like 6:28, he texts me, what are you doing? So I said, I'm already done. I'm just, pretty much chilling. I'm like, oh, I'm watching a movie. You tell niggas, you'll never tell a nigga that you just waiting on them. So I'm like watching a movie. So he's like, oh, okay. And so I said, yeah, I'm already ready so you can make your way. So something told me to go open up Facebook dating app. And when I go open up Facebook dating app, y'all, I'm like, the messages, you're blocked on there when the person's face and everything goes away, okay? Their name, their face, and everything goes away. So I get on Facebook and I'm like, blocked. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm texting him, why the fuck did you block me? And then the message didn't go delivered. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I text the nigga, and I don't go this far, but I do sometimes. It just depends on, you just made me waste my makeup, bitch. I'm going to go that far. You know what I'm saying? So I go ahead and text to him on the Facebook, on my business number. I have a business number for my company. And when I texted him, I had said, you blocked me, bitch. So you corny ass nigga. So y'all, maybe about 10 minutes down the line, the message went through. So I didn't say shit because I seen it and I felt like, oh, damn, he didn't block me, but it must have been his phone was there, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, but am I wrong though? I thought he blocked me. Nigga, you blocked me on the dating app. So he goes and says, okay. He said, bitch, who do you think you are? This is what he texted me. So he says, bitch, who do you think you are? And I said, what are you talking about? I thought you blocked me. You blocked me on the dating app, and then you blocked my number. And so I thought you blocked my number until I just seen it went through. So he said, bitch, I didn't block you. So I said, oh, bitch. I say, you going too far. Like, you went too far with that. You went too far with calling me bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, you went too far with calling me a corny bitch. So I said, oh, okay, fair. So I'm still trying to get back on his good side. So I was like, oh, well, my fault. And so he was like, nah, never mind. I don't even care, whatever. So I said, you're mad because you blocked me on a dating app. And then I came to text your number and you blocked me I thought you blocked me on the number. Now, rightfully, you didn't block me on the number, but you definitely did block me on Facebook. He gonna say, no, I deleted my account. No, you did not delete your account. You told me you got 30 other bitches in your account when we first started talking, and I already told you from reading your bio. So his bio, and I just want to say this, his bio, and I'm sorry I didn't say it in the beginning, but his bio was already a red flag, because in his bio he was talking about how he pretty much a lot of the shit that he said in his bio discussed that he hated women, okay? And I knew he hated women from that bio. And the first message I ever sent him was, oh, I see you hate women. I said, so what would you want to do with me? Because everything, you hate women with makeup, you hate women with this, you hate women, period. So it was just it was a hate train, pick me ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you call them people, monogamous or whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, so, we corrected the situation. And we ended up moving forward, and that's how we started talking. So that was red flag number one. So then the bitch part, but I also can't be mad and say that was a red flag because I call him a corny bitch. So, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like played, you know what I'm saying? Because the bitch got dressed at the end of the day, like, and got my makeup on and stuff. I could be laying in the bed with my wig off and in my bonnet, you know what I'm saying? The bitch could be chilling. I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? You invited me to go. So then you had me waiting a couple hours for you at that. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So fast forward, I thought he was playing games. So we get to the point now where he ends up texting me back and he like, you cool now? So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like I said before, I apologize for calling you that. Like, I'm still waiting to go. So he says, okay, I'm headed on my way there. So I said, well, how far are you? He's like 6 minutes, right? I said, oh, okay, no problem. So I'm already ready. So I don't know why my spirit, I'm very heavy in discernment. Like I said, just because I'm trans, that don't mean I don't know God. And that don't mean I don't listen to what God be telling me. But God already told me don't meet up with this man. But I still went against the will of God. So because I've had past experiences of, and you listen, and if you watch these court cases, and this, I hope, helps somebody who's a young trans woman, don't invite men in your house, especially the first few times that you meet them. Yes, you might want to do a little something with them, but make they ass, I'm just telling you, don't go in any closed space with niggas. Men are killers, especially black men, especially you being a trans woman. Men are killers, okay? And they will kill based off of their emotions, their pride, their ego, their reputation, and the fact that they don't want people to know what they're doing in secrecy. Men are killers, especially black men. So I'm like, all right, cool. I already knew I wouldn't let him in my house. That was the easy part. You know what I'm saying? In my house, I cleaned it all up before he came to. Before he came, because just in case we did, like I said, the night did go good and we ended up doing something or whatever the case might be. So my house is spick and span. But again, there was no intention to have sex. So let's just say that. So boom. He gets to come in. Something told me, don't tell him the floor you're on either. So when I'm texting him, I told him I'm on another floor. And so I said, come up on the parking lot to another floor. So he came up on that floor and, I had to finish putting on my shit and he's blowing me up, but he's upset, like blowing me up. So I can already feel the energy through the text message that he's like feeling some type of way because of me calling him a corny bitch. So, he has this nasty ass attitude even in text. So he's sending mad question marks Right then and there, another red flag where I should have just stayed my ass in the house. But before I walked out that door, my spirit said, grab a knife, grab a knife. So I grabbed the knife and I was going to put it on my side, but because I knew we were going to be sitting downstairs in the chair, I knew that it would poke. So I threw it in my bag because I'm like, you never know. So we get down, I get to the floor that I told him that I'm on. I get to the floor that I told him that I'm on. And when I got to the floor, I opened the door. And when I opened the door, one, he was ugly. Like, he wasn't even like, he asking who I think I am. Who do I think I am? I'm that bitch because I motherfucking said so. Bitch, I give money, I ain't ran out. Okay? No, so he like, who do you think you are? So only thing you got on you, nigga, is a height, which is 6'7". Okay? You about a good 6'7", 6, right? So you got that height on you. That's about all you have. All you have. And I don't give a fuck if you got a house, a car, and anything. You got nothing but all you have is height on you. You was not cute at all. That head was deformed a little bit. We ain't gonna, I can say what I need to say. His head was shaped crazy and weird. And I'm just like, okay, I ain't finna judge him. The nigga got the bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be cool. And he ain't ugly, but he ain't cute at all. Like, a fine nigga, it's the difference between, and I wish I post a video of this nigga, don't play with me. So, it's the difference between fine and cute. So, he just was not even cute. He just was like there. He was mediocre. And so for him to ask me, who do I think I am, bitch, that sat in my head the whole time we were there. But while he was walking up, he had a nasty ass attitude. So we get on the elevator, we get downstairs to the floor where the lounge is. And when we get downstairs to the floor where the lounge is, we're walking. Now, mind you, I live in a big building. This building has over maybe about 300, 400 units in it. So, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be like, you're not gonna be able to just find my house unless you're knocking on everybody's door. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also not the type to just open my door. I look through peepholes and shit like that. And I also have a Ring camera because, bitch, as a trans woman, you have to have that. If you don't record a man in your house, record that bitch ass nigga outside your house. There's some tips. Get you a Ring camera. Get you a Ring camera. Again, get you a Ring camera, and when you're walking in with someone, stand at the door for a little bit. Like, take your time finding your key and have that nigga be like, move right here. Get out my way, you're in my way. Be funny. Yes, put that nigga on camera. When you're a trans woman, you don't let shit slide. Because the fastest thing people will do will say, no, they wasn't there with you if they try to kill you or try to hurt you. Or they'll say, no, I'm not. It's just a whole lot when it comes to this generation. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So you put a Ring camera, because at least when a nigga walk up, he'll try to cover his face, but he'll do that last. Like, that'll be his last reaction. You understand what I'm saying? He'll walk up to the camera. He'll be like, oh, camera, cover my face, but your face is already seen on the camera, bitch. And so make sure you pay for that storage, too, so you can keep them videos of when you have people coming in and out your house. Okay? I'm just telling you. That saves people's lives. I'm seriously telling you that. So, and I'm even the type to put cameras in my house and tell a nigga, I don't care. I have cameras in my house for my safety, and my safety, of course, because I'm going to make sure, I don't have a camera yet, but I'm going to be adding a camera right up there in my house. For the minute a motherfucker walk in, everybody be able to see, the camera be able to see you. I don't care if you discreet. I don't give a fuck about that. If you're discreet, you shouldn't be in here. Just going on home. You know what I'm saying? Going on home. Oh, but I wasted my time coming. Just take that camera down. No, I'm not taking down what I paid for in my house. This is my house. If you want to hide, go hide in somebody else's shit. Not my house. This is my house. My safety, when my safety is at jeopardy, I'm not risking anything. And that camera's going to automatically go straight to a storage, bitch, so that it can go into a cloud and be found or sent to the popos. I ain't playing, bitch. Don't play about your life at all. And this is just me telling you, as an older trans woman, and I'm 27, I'm telling you, be already ready. If you could get you a Glockiana, get you that too. Because niggas stay with them. So you stay with them. Don't play. It's either them or you. But anyway, I'm not even done with my story. So I'm just telling y'all though. I'm being dead ass. Get your Glocky. Too many Glockies. I got the drum. He got the one with the stick. I'm telling you, get that shit. Don't play about your life. If a motherfucker could shoot you, you shoot them. And if it's your last breath, bitch, you make sure you shoot their ass too. Nobody should be getting away with just killing you. That's not normal. And this is what trans women need to start doing, getting their guns. Fuck knives. Get guns. Blow them motherfuckers' heads off. If you're going to go to jail, at least be going to jail for saving your life. Whew, y'all know I get passionate about shit like this. So anyway, and get as many guns as you want. That's the part of that's the nigga in me, where I'm about 100, I don't give a fuck. I want a Glock, I want an AK, I'm gonna blow a motherfucking head off if I must have to, okay? Because ain't nobody just gonna be able to feel like they can do that to me and think they can just get away with it and take some pictures in the courtroom and sit there and act like nothing happened. No, something happened. So you always want to protect yourself. Even if you can get hidden cameras, there's stores and shops that sell hidden cameras too, where they look like, you know, it might look like a stereo, but that bitch is really recording. Hello? So anyways, we basically, get downstairs. I still didn't even finish telling the story. So when we're walking down the hallway, he's like, damn, it's taking forever to get, where's your place? So I said, we're not going to my place. And I didn't tell him through text. I said, we're going to the lounge. He like, come on, man. Like, why would you bring me here to bring me to a fucking lounge? I said, I don't know you. Like, he like, whatever. Okay, whatever. So I said, yeah, you know, I don't know you. I'm not bringing you into my house. So then we get to the lounge and he's sitting there. He had an attitude. Like I'm telling you, his whole energy is attitude. He's very like fucking throw offishy, and it's just like unease, right? So we get down to the lounge and I'm trying to, so he's like sitting there being quiet. So I get on my phone because bitch, you know, I'm not finna, like, I'm like, this is a nigga, like, why are you acting like this? So I said, you know, you cool? So he like, yeah, I'm cool. Why you asking me that? And I said, because you acting off, like you're acting throwed off, like as if you're upset or something. I'm like, you're good? So he like, I'm good. So I said, okay. He like, you want some of this drink? So I took some of the drink. So I said, yeah, whatever the case may be. And I only took the drink because he was drinking it. So he gave me some of the drink, the Don Julio, and I drank some. I don't usually drink Don Julio. I'm a Hennessy girl. So I drank a little bit of the drink and I gave him back the bottle. And so when I gave him back the bottle, he says, y'all, it's just a little heavy holding this phone in my hand, bitch. I might need to get my stand, but it's okay. So he says, he's like, yeah, so you ever go to that pool? Cause at my lounge, the pool is like right side out the glass. So I said, nah, I don't go to the pool. I said, when I first moved here, I didn't even go outside to the pool. I never been to that pool because I never, you know what I'm saying, really cared to go to a pool because I'm not a pool kind of girl. You know, I go to the pool once in a blue moon. And so he's like, oh, okay, why not? I said, because I'm just not the type to do that. So I want y'all to remember that question, because that question is going to lead to what I think he was going to do, okay? So, and y'all can kind of get the gist of what I'm explaining. So I'm sitting there, and so I'm trying to keep the conversation going. I'm the one providing the conversation at this point. So I'm like, yeah, where you from? And, you know, he like, oh, I'm from Houston, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, how long you been here? I'm just trying to get him to change his mood. Me thinking like, let me just help him trying to change his mood, set the tone, whatever. When in all actuality, with all that attitude, I should have just took my ass and walked the fuck upstairs. So, and left his ass where he was weird at. So, or been like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. So basically he goes and I'm asking him questions to try to like lighten up the mood. And he's still carrying this nasty ass attitude. So he like, he gets to a point where he's like, why you keep asking me questions? And I said, is that not what we're here for, to get to know each other? You said you were looking and interested in getting to know each other or whatever the case may be. And so he was like, no. He was like, you keep asking 25 questions. What, you want me to ask you questions? And then he like, you asking me, you want me to ask you like 25 questions to get to know who you are? So he started bringing up our text message. And so he said, oh yeah, so what about that energy you was saying in the text? I said, what text? And so he's like, I'm about to just go. I said, okay. So he like, you don't know what we were talking about in the text? I said, no, what were we talking about in the text? And I genuinely did not think of the moment when he said, like when we were talking about the daddy and mommy situation. So he was like, and he made a mention where he was like, because we're Capricorns, he's a Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn. He's like, oh, we're going to see, as soon as we see each other, we're going to get that spark. When I seen him, I was like, hell no. I'm just going to drink with this nigga and go out. And, you know, if the night leads to something, then that's what it is. But I'm not like head over heels over you. And I'm a Capricorn. If you know me as a Capricorn, or you know anything about Capricorn, we don't build emotions about a person in 2 seconds. It takes some time for us to actually like you. I don't really like people like that. And I definitely, in dating, it takes a couple months for me to start liking you, for real. You could like me a lot, and I prefer a person to be head over heels about me in the beginning. So when I actually start liking you, then we like each other equally. But I don't normally just like a motherfucker real easy off bat. So y'all, he gets to saying, yeah. So I said to him, where was I just at? So he asked about, do you want me to ask you 25 questions and stuff? Like, is that what, so I said, is that not what we're here for? So he was like, what about the text message? And so I said, what text message? So he said, man, I'm about to leave. And I was like, okay. So he was like, you don't remember what I'm talking about? I was like, no. He was like, you don't remember when I said that when we see each other, our eyes are going to connect and da-da-da-da-da. And I said, yeah, but like, what are you trying to imply with that? And so he's like, come on, he ain't saying what he's trying to imply. So he like, you don't remember when we said that we like to be called mommy and daddy and stuff like that? So I'm like, yeah, but I'm saying, it seems like you're trying to imply like those text messages meant something sexual. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you saying? And he's like, well, first, already you didn't bring me upstairs to your apartment. Now you got me down here. Now you saying you don't remember the text, or you don't know, you don't understand what I meant by the text. I said, I don't. I said, you said out of your mouth and out of your text messages, and I can show you, that we were going to go down, we were going to pregame, you're going to come by pregame, and we were going to go out. That's what you said. Now I said it. I didn't say it. You said that. You asked me to go out. So I said, what are you talking about? So anyways, he gets to saying, you know, he give me a sip. He like, you want another sip? So I was like, yeah. So I took the sip. So now he like, you just keep asking me questions, and you think I'm going to keep asking you questions. And I'm like, I'm like, sir, is that not what we're here for? You said you're interested in a relationship. This is the start of the night. Like, you know, before we go out anywhere. Like, we're pre-gaming. I'm getting to know you. You're getting to know me. What's the issue? So, girl, he gets to saying, like, bitch, who do you think you are? And I said, so he was like, so, no, not who do I think? He said, so what are you looking for out of this? And I said to him, you know what? That's when the reality hit me. You know, Capricorns, or me as a person, I tend to live in a cloud when I'm liking somebody. And then when I come off that cloud, if you at any way, shape, or form pull me from that cloud, bitch, reality hits me. And it just all hit me like, oh shit, I'm sitting here with a fuck ass nigga. I said to him, he said, so what you looking for out of this? I said, you know what? Nothing. I'm not looking for nothing. You right, absolutely nothing. So he goes and says, oh, me either. I'm not looking for anything either, nothing there. I said, okay, good. So he said, so where does this go? I say, you can go. Simple. Get out. Go. Go where you want to be gotten. So I said, you can go. Because what he did was try to love bomb me to making me believe that he wanted something serious, and he really didn't. So I said, you can go. So he like, oh, yeah, you're right. I could go. So he start getting his stuff. And so he gathering his stuff, and he's like, let me ask you a question. Who do you think you are? And I said, now, because I'm in my evil era, you know what I'm saying, my mean shit, I'm like, exactly who the fuck I say I am. Girl, when I said that, he started grabbing his stuff, and he stood up in my face. He said, see, it's bitches like you, I fucking kill. It's bitches like you, I fucking kill. I fucking kill you, bitch. I said, you're mad because I don't want to have sex with you. So, mind you, we're sitting at a high table. I wish I could go downstairs and show y'all. We're sitting at a high table. And when we're sitting at a high table, basically, he gets up and I'm sitting on a high chair. So he stands up and he's in my face. This nigga is 6'7". I'm 5'9". Bitch, I'm not gonna let no 6'7" nigga feel some sort of power over me or project some power over me, bitch. No. Immediately when he walked up and leaned up on me, I stood straight the fuck up. Boom. And I stood straight the fuck up. And I said, so you're mad because I don't want sex with you? And he just constantly saying, bitch, you the type of bitch I kill. You the type of bitch I kill. Say something. I'll beat the shit out you. So I said, you're mad because I don't want to have sex with you. And so I'm backing up because the nigga is like aggressively pulling up on me. So I'm like, you're mad because I'm telling you I don't understand the text messages and the things you're trying to imply here. You're trying to imply that I said something about sex or brought up something about sex. And then he told, oh, I skipped this damn part. So during that time too, he also said, oh, get up, come here, stand up, come here, and let me, rub you down. Immediately, since he was already acting funny, you're not even doing anything to make me feel comfortable to want to get up and be girly and let you rub on me, nigga. No. I said, no, I'm not getting up. For what? You already acting weird and you're acting funny. Why would I be getting up and letting you touch me? In that moment, that nigga could have rubbed me and started choking the shit out of me. Mind you, it's nighttime, so keep in mind, there's nobody walking down the hallways. There's nobody, you know what I'm saying, really, doing acts, like there's nobody really doing, outside or coming in that room. So even though it's glass room, but nobody's really coming in. So I'm like, no, you're not touching me, nigga, because you're not finna transfer no negative energy or spirits to me. Hell no. So, y'all, it was enough that we drunk off the same bottle, bitch. So watch this, y'all. So now he's all up in my face, y'all, ready to like fight. And I'm like, you're upset. So I'm backing up, but I'm explaining to him, you're upset because I'm telling you, I'm not having sex with you. And I'm not falling for the bullshit you're trying to pass on to me. Make me believe that I said something that I did not say or brought up a topic that I did not bring up. So, what the fuck? Hold on, y'all. So, y'all, he basically was like, you're a fucking man. I said, a man that you liked. I said, don't, you can't use that. I said, you already knew. I said, it would be different if he was acting like this and he came all over here and I never told that man that I'm trans. It's literally in my bio. You can't act like you didn't see it. You can't act like you didn't know it. You've seen that shit. So if I'm a man you like. And you already confirmed you like trans woman. I'm a man you like. Anyways. So in a text message at that. So you fucked up already. So the reason why I'm telling y'all this story. So basically, he tried to punch me, but he didn't punch me. He had his fist balled, like he was like, I'll knock you the fuck out right now. And he said, I'll kill you, bitch. I'll beat the shit out of you right here, right here and kill you. So I said, okay. So he ends up turning around because he see me backing up. And he walks out the room. And he's still like talking his shit while he walks out the room. Then he turned back around and tried to come to the room again. So I'm just standing there. And at this time, he walks out one more time. And so I ended up coming out and walk down to the opposite way of the direction where, you know, I may be able to head home. So I ended up going the opposite way. And so when I did that, y'all, I got hiccups there. I ended up going the opposite way. And so when I went the opposite way, I'm going around the corner because I want to grab my knife, you know, just in case he came back. And he did come back. So I went to go grab my knife, but my knife was so far deep in the bag because I had a bigger bag on that I couldn't get to the damn knife. So he comes around the corner while I'm like having my hands in my bag looking for the knife just in case. And instantly my mind said, take your hand out the bag, because if you have your hand in that bag, he gonna think you're grabbing something. Then he's looking, he like, so what, bitch? He walking up to me like, yeah, what, bitch? What, bitch? So while he's doing that, right, I took my hand out the bag because I'm like, damn, if I grab this knife and pull it out, I'm gonna have to use this knife. If he see I got a knife, I'm trying to see where his head is at, but worst come to worst, I know I got a knife, right? You see what I'm saying? But I'm like, I just heard, take my hand out the bag. So I took my hand out the bag, and my thoughts is processing, if he see you pull that knife out that bag, he's gonna want to actually fight you now. So I'm like, he like, yeah, what, bitch? Yeah, say something so I can knock you and kill you right here, bitch. So I'm like, why are you tripping? I said, you're tripping, like, calm down. So I use my, so he getting close to me, but I'm like, you're tripping, calm down, chill out. Like, you're mad because I didn't want to have sex with you. You can go. That's what I said to him. So he like, yeah, oh, okay. So he turns around and walks the other way. So now I really went in the bag to get the knife. So I grab my knife and I'm walking to the other side, where the other apartments are, so that I can get into, my apartment from the other building. So I go to the other side, and fast forward, he left. I just waited on the other side for some time. And so, y'all, the reason why I'm telling this story and I want this story to be out is because I want y'all to understand these are the perfect moments, not only for safety for trans people, but this is when niggas in the court, in the world, flip stories. If that man ended up killing me that night and throwing me in that pool, because he asked, do I ever go to that pool? Because that's where he was going to put my body, and it would just look like I was down there, swimming and minding my business. And I drowned, right? And if you knock someone out and you don't shoot someone, it's very rare blood is going to come out. And if you drown, it looks a little different. So this is why I brought back up this pool situation. When I got upstairs, it dawned on me. When I got in my house, it dawned on me. And I said, oh, he was going to drown me. That was where he was going to put me if he killed me that day. So his intentions to me when he came was already that, to kill me. So if I would have brought him in my house, he would have got away with that shit, because then too, he could have kept coming back because he knew where I laid my head at. Here's another reason why I say this. This is important because these are the stories that are changed around when someone who's trans dies. The man knew that I was trans. In my bio, I asked him, did he read my bio? He confirmed he liked trans women. He blocked me, so the messages are gone. Or the face to the messages is gone. So If I had died in that moment, no one would have known that their messages existed except for the popo. If they went through my Facebook, but they probably would have never checked the Facebook dating site. Okay? On top of it, when he came, it would have looked like I invited him and tricked him. When in all actuality, I did not trick him. And this is how narratives are being sold to the media. And people think, oh, you're trans, you're tricking people. One, I have a vagina. Y'all see that? I have a vagina, baby. It's all cat hair, okay? Kitty cat right here, okay? It's nothing to trick. It's a pussy. But I also I'm a sex change trans in my bio. So that was more than enough information for him. But again, they will paint the narrative that I tricked him. Now, here's the thing he didn't know, because I'm always 10 steps ahead. I purposely brought him down to the lounge, and I purposely brought him to where there was a camera that he didn't know existed. I know exists. Residents know exists. The camera was pointing right at the table, and he never looked the opposite way the whole entire time. So he never knew that there was a camera running the whole entire time. Also, it wasn't an industrial camera that you have in the ceiling that can't hear nothing. It was like a webcam that they put behind so that they can monitor residents and make sure they're not having parties and stuff down in the lounge. So what do you think that camera did? It recorded absolutely everything he said, everything he did. Oh, I'm picking up in real bad, okay? It recorded everything he said, everything he did. And what he did not know is that camera was right there. Regardless if he killed me or not, he would have been caught. And I know what I was doing. See, I don't tell people certain shit. I don't tell people about certain shit because they're not supposed to know those things. He didn't know that whole entire time, this episode, he was being recorded. And then watch this. He also didn't know, his face was on the camera, but he also didn't know that when he came to the neighborhood, he had to register his car. He also didn't know that he didn't remember, I guess he didn't remember he sent me a picture of his license plates and registered his car with the exact information of who he is in his car. And what he also didn't know is that our car garages have cameras that are timed. You don't think you would have been caught? What he also didn't know is I have pictures and I sent it to somebody that I knew that I'm close to, that lives close enough. So if something happens, the police knew. And he also didn't know I screenshotted the whole entire message the whole entire time we were talking. And I sent the whole entire text thread over to somebody too. He don't know these things. But what I do know is you wouldn't have gotten away with it. So he threatened to tell me, bitch, I'm going to find where you live in this apartment complex. I'm going to have somebody come kill you. I swear somebody going to knock you off. That's what he was telling me when he was mad. Fast forward, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Safety. You want to keep tracks of what's going on around you and keep receipts and absolutely everything that you possibly can keep as a trans woman. Because again, this is when narratives, when you dead and you can't talk for yourself, narratives get changed. And they say, well, she tricked them. No, I did not. I didn't even think about tricking them. Anyways, you guys, make sure y'all hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Y'all, I just want to let y'all know I love you. Shout out to the individual that was in my comments. I cannot remember your name right now since I've been told this whole damn story time. But shout outs to you in the comments. I'll pin your comment right here. Shout outs to you for giving me a video idea and telling scary things or whatever the case may be that have happened to me. And this was recent, y'all. So this is just a few weeks ago that happened. But I want y'all to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And keep commenting below some more video ideas. And when I ask y'all for video ideas, I want y'all to go more in depth. Like, what exactly do y'all want to know? Because when y'all say, tell us a story time, for me, I'm just like, I don't know what to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? I be just sitting here like, oh, damn, my mind goes blank because y'all kind of, it jumps me into a mode like, what am I telling these people? So this is Emo Brat's Trans Journal, not TransUnion. I'm thinking about credit. This is Emo Brat's Trans Journal, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and y'all have a blessed day. And these hiccups just keep fucking with me. Later.